Tonight, Venezuela is under the microscope as calls intensify demanding transparency in Sunday's election.
President Nicolas Maduro claimed victory, but opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says that her party is the true winner.
Lorena Inclán is live from Doral, and Lorena, Venezuelans you spoke with about today are worried about what may actually come next.
They're worried, they're angry and frustrated, and they are calling for help from the international community. The Venezuelans who live here in South Florida, they want Maduro out and democracy restored in their home country. Thousands of demonstrators marched in the streets of Venezuela Monday, protesting what they're calling an attempt by President Nicolas Maduro to steal the election. People vandalized and toppled over statues of the late Hugo Chavez.
Estoy triste.
Yusmila Hernandez lives in South Florida, but her family is in Venezuela.
Toda mi familia está allá. Todo.
You could hear the emotion and frustration in her voice as she called on U.S. leaders to step in.
Marco Rubio, creo en ti. Riesco, creo en ti. Creo en Estados Unidos.
FIU professor of political science Eduardo Gamarra called it the most blatant fraud that he's seen in a long time in Latin America.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, because the government is going to hang on to this legitimacy that it claims, right? It will unlikely allow for a legitimate count, especially an international independent observer. And so we're likely to see a lot of terrible days ahead.
El Arepaso in Doral, home to the largest Venezuelan exile community in the United States, was quiet but plugged in Monday, as many paid close attention to this afternoon's news conference led by opposition leader Maria Corina Machado.
El 73.20% de las actas.
Pedro Flores, who's been living in South Florida for 22 years, spoke directly to the NBC6 camera with a message for Nicolas Maduro.
Why don't you leave already? No one wants you. What are you going to continue doing in power? It's going to be worse for you. Accept the negotiations, go wherever you want to go, and the law will take care of finding you.
Now, Maria Corina Machado, the opposition leader, posted on X calling for Venezuelans to meet tomorrow in front of the United Nations there in Venezuela. She writes, "We won, we have the proof, and now it's time to celebrate." We'll stay on all the latest developments coming out of Venezuela here on NBC6. For now, reporting live in Doral, Lorena Inclán, NBC6 News.